This video is brought to you by Sun King Discs. Go to sunkingdiscs.com for a full selection of disc golf merchandise from all the major brands. What's up, guys? Welcome to my review of the Evolution Method by Discmania. Big thank you to Sun King Discs for sponsoring this video. Go to sunkingdiscs.com to check them out. They have a huge selection. Tell them I sent you. They got everything you could need. They hooked me up with 2 of these so I can give one away at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. And I really appreciate the support. You can find the link to Sun King in the description below. Without further ado, let's get into the review of the Method. So this one is in the Evolution line, Neoplastic, which is very similar to an Opto, or like kind of almost seems like the hybrid plastic in between Opto and Gold line. These are designed and produced by Latitude 64 for Discmania, so they have the same kind of plastic, similar feel to the plastic. They also have the same characteristics of stamping on the bottom of the disc, which I'm not sure I'm going to be able to show you. It's kind of tough to see. There's a little bit. The weight is stamped on the bottom as well, 180 grams. I believe these are both max weight. This one's marked 177. This one I did a quick shampoo dye on, so it has some nice little subtle color going on in there. This is the one I'll give away. Stay tuned to the end of the video again for that. Let's take a look at this one. So I like the lettering. No problems there. Mid-range disc, and here are your flight numbers, 5, 5, 0, and 3. And I'd say those are pretty much spot on from my testing. If it said 5, 5, 0, 2, I wouldn't be that surprised by it based on my testing, but I would say the glide and the speed definitely on, and it has essentially 0 natural turns, so I definitely agree with that number for sure. Pretty flat across the top, but not board flat. Has a little bit of a dome to it for sure. Here is a look at the profile, and you can see this disc has a bead and a pretty manageable rim. It's been a while since I've held one, but it kind of looks similar to like a Truth, and it has the bead there. This disc kind of reminds me of a Verdict. Again, it's been a while since I've had one of those. I will put it up next to a bunch of different Overstable Midrange options in just a second here, but it has like a little bit of a squared front edge here. It's relatively shallow. It's not a very wide rim at all. The bead is there, but it's not huge. It's kind of yeah, maybe on the smaller side for a bead. Kind of like that traditional rock type size to the bead. And all in all, very nice feeling disc in the hand. I had no problems with that, and I like the feel of a beaded mid-range. I like the way it comes out of my hand. Sometimes it feels like that bead allows me to kind of snap it out of my hand a little bit better than other types of discs. I like the feel of a mid-range with that nice bead there. Take one more look at this guy. I tested these side by side. I really didn't try to look for much in the way of differences, and I didn't find it anyway. Like during testing, these were basically you know, thrown on the same angle. They were landing in basically the same spot over and over and over again. Okay, whole bunch of Overstable options to show you next to this disc, because I'm still planning on doing a large Overstable mid-range comparison video coming up in the future. First of all, the one straight out of my bag is my Punisher Anchor. This one is another Overstable beaded mid-range, designed and produced by Latitude 64. You can see it's bigger diameter, it's a little bit deeper, it's got a bigger bead, it's got more of a rounded outside edge. I would say the rim is a little wider as well from the inside to this outer edge here. Although, it's hard to say on that, I guess. Maybe not, but definitely has a bigger feel in the hand. This particular one is also flatter, I would say, as well. The king of the Overstable mid-ranges, as far as I'm concerned, if you really want to have that ultra dependability, super flat top, big bead, this is the Justice. This is the Moonshine Justice, very overstable. This thing's super meat hook for sure. And there is next to the Method. So much bigger bead, definitely a different vibe. That smaller diameter, perfect flat top. Love the Justice, great disc. If I didn't trust the Anchor so much, I'd probably bag that Justice. And I could at any point. It's still kind of part of my throwers, even though I don't carry it, because I know I can throw it in there and I know what it's going to do. This is the Anvil from Westside Discs. These two are somewhat similar, I would say, although the Anvil is a little deeper, has that gradual slope there, no bead, but not hugely different. So, you know, some similarities there. Similar profile, I would say, to the flight plate when you look at it from this angle. And also kind of one of the OGs of this type of disc. This is a Champ Gator, and Champ Gator, way different. Big rounded, blocky, squared off edge, big bead, smaller diameter. I really like the way this Champ Gator feels, though. I still have not thrown it because I'm waiting to get the mid-range comparison video done. I'm going to throw it during that, but I still have not tested it otherwise. Let me know if you guys want me to do a separate review on the Champ Gator. Just add to the playlist here. It might not be a bad idea. The feel in the hand is great. The plastic is essentially feels and behaves just like an opto plastic or maybe a hybrid plastic from Latitude 64. It's grippy, it's durable, it feels excellent. I really like the just plain white that these ones came in. I'm sure they're available in other colors, but I think the color selection is somewhat limited for the Evolution line because they're trying to keep them really consistent and simple, and I think there's really no problem with that whatsoever. I like these white ones. They dye up nice and definitely look good and feel really nice in the hand for sure. Let's talk about the flight of this thing. You only got me throwing this guy, but I threw it a lot and I really enjoyed the testing of this disc. I found it to hold angles super well. It's mostly something I would use for flat shots that finish left and hyzers off the tee, but I did find that releasing it on an anhyzer, you can get a lot of different flights out of this thing. You can get it to hold an anhyzer all the way if you really commit and throw it hard on that angle. It will hold it all the way down to the ground and not come out, which is nice and did surprise me, to be honest. But you can also get it to flex quite easily if you throw it a little nose up or you just don't pull it over on a lot of anhyzer, or if you give it some anhyzer and you give it more height to fight out before it hits the ground, you can get a nice smooth flex out of this thing as well. All in all, it's a really point and shoot, overstable mid-range that I think basically anybody could get use out of. If you're somebody with a big arm, you can throw this thing really hard and flat. You don't have to worry about it turning over on you accidentally. I bet you'd be a really nice straight flying disc for players with big power arms. If you're a beginner, I think this would be a really phenomenal option for your first mid-range, for your first overstable mid-range, that is, because it's not a Justice or something that's really meat hook overstable, but for a low arm speed player, it'll probably behave similar to like a Justice would for me, essentially. So you can throw it really hard. You know it's never going to flip on you. You can throw it into the wind. You can get a nice like chip hyzer out of this thing for sure. And for me and my kind of in-between skill level, I love this disc. It's a really phenomenal flyer. It gets me a little bit more distance for sure than most of the other overstable mid-ranges I've showed in this video. The anchor, somewhat similar. I would say probably a little bit more overstable of a finish and a little bit more overstable overall, but not hugely different. The Method has a much different feel in the hand. It's a little bit smaller diameter, but it's definitely somewhat similar to the Anchor in terms of flight, I would say. Where it's overstable enough that you know exactly how it's going to behave, but it's not a meat hook, it's still throwable, and you can still get some good distance out of it even if you don't have a big arm. Really enjoyed the testing on the Method. Thank you so much to Sun King once again for sending me these to test and review. If you would like to win this one right here with these kind of subtle shampoo dye swirls going on, all you have to do is look for a Google form in the description below on this video, and if you enter that contest, stay tuned to see the winner announcement video that'll come out on the channel. I'll also send you an email, and once you get that email, you got 2 weeks to get back to me, or else I'll pick another winner. That is my review on the Evolution Method. Thank you so much for watching. I'll check you all very soon. Alright, cheers. Thank you so much for watching, and big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. If you would like to see your name listed in the credits of all of my videos, go to patreon.com/discgolfnerd.